Talking about the big night Democrats had on Tuesday, where Virginia State House Democrats flipped 13 seats, bringing the seats to at least a 64 majority, making it the largest Democratic House majority in Virginia in 4 decades. In New Jersey, Assembly Democrats flipped at least 3 seats, securing a historic supermajority. And in Pennsylvania, all 3 Democrat state Supreme Court justices retained their seats. Joining me now is Heather Williams, president of the Democratic Legislative Committee, the organization which is charged with helping Democrats win at the state level. Heather, what drove Democrats' success on Tuesday?
Well, it's great to be here with you again. You know, we understand what voters want to talk about and what they care about. And we've got a disciplined strategy to execute an affordability message. And, you know, our candidates at the state legislative level, they are in the district and they live there, they work there, they, go to the grocery store, the gas station, amongst their constituent and voters every single day. And they never lost sight of what voters cared about most and talking about those issues every single day.
Your organization focuses on state-level races that are often left out of the national conversation, but are equally, if not more important. Was there a particular race or trend that stood out to you that we should be thinking about going into the midterms?
Oh, Rev, I couldn't agree with you more. I think there's 2 things I would say. The trend is when you've got great candidates who can deliver a strong, disciplined message about what the voters care about, you can win in red states, in blue states, in purple states. But I would also say, and piggyback on what you said, this is an incredibly important ballot level. This is the ballot level that determines our voting laws. It determines our congressional districts. It secures the path to the presidency. And of course, it allows us to legislate on the things that Democrats care about, because it is in states where we have power.
Now, I want to stick with that for a minute. How do you think Tuesday's victories at the state level and in Pennsylvania, where the 3 court justices retain their seats on the bench, will play into the fight to win back Congress next year and future presidential races as well?
I mean, I think we showed a clear path to being able to win in toss-up and red states. We picked up, we broke the supermajority, the Republican supermajority in Mississippi. We won in Trump districts, not just in Tuesday's election, but we've been doing it all year. And before we get to the midterms next November, we're going to have a bunch of special elections across the country in all of these similar communities, red, blue, purple, and we're going to continue our disciplined strategy, talking to voters about affordability around healthcare, around housing, around energy, and we're going to keep winning. And that is going to set the tone and the stage for the 26 midterms.
Now, so much of winning on election night goes back to years of work and recruiting and supporting candidates. How does a night like we had on Tuesday change things going forward?
You know, one of the things about Tuesday that's interesting is it was not that long ago, less than a decade, that we were in a near super minority in the Virginia House. We now have 64 of 100 seats. We can win and build power in states. That is what we do at the DLCC. That is the first step that happened in Mississippi. Breaking the Republican supermajority is step 1. We know that we can build back, not just taking advantage of the election in front of us where power is critical, but building for the long and medium term for Democrats to win in all kinds of places.
All right, Heather Williams, thank you for being with us this evening.